What's up, guys? Here with Greg's Garage. Today we're going to build the Cover Pro 10x17 portable garage. We're actually going to be converting this into a paint booth. So here's what we got. We're going to lay out our supplies. We're going to build everything. We're going to install some vents and some fans for the exhaust and intake. And then we're going to paint the 69 Camaro right over there. So we moved on to our next step. We went ahead and put these top joints on in the side part. It seemed like from a lot of the videos I watched, that was the easiest way to do it. Get this part built, then put on the legs. So that took us like 10 minutes. It hasn't taken us long at all, so we'll move to the next step now. All right, so we got the roof finished up. So far, me and my friend Brady, we've been working on it for about 30 minutes. This is where we're at. We got the sides on it. Hasn't been too bad at all, but it definitely helps with two people and if you have a small ladder. So now we're gonna move on to the next part of the frame. We're almost to our final product. We've got all the walls on. We got everything put together. We are gonna anchor it to these concrete blocks with some concrete screws. But this took us probably about an hour and a half. We've been videoing it. We haven't been rushing. But there is some stuff that when you get to it with this tarp to figure out how to feed everything through, it was a little confusing from the instructions, but then we eventually finally figured it out. So this is where we're at. We're gonna anchor it to the concrete blocks, hang some lights, and then we'll come back. All right, guys, so as you can see, we got the whole tent up. We got some lights wired in here. We did LED bulbs. I did a couple of the long ones from Harbor Freight up top as well. And then you can see here, we got the intake fan. I am gonna, clean some of this stuff up, but for today, we're just gonna kind of leave it how it is. You can see we ran it all the way down here. This is our intake fan. We put a filter here and a filter on top, and this will actually be outside of the tent. It just will be pumping clean air inside, kind of blowing across the top. And then this is gonna be our exhaust fan. Tomorrow, I'm gonna build a frame for it, and then try to really just seal everything up. I'll put a tarp down on the bottom, but the paint booth is coming along pretty good. Overall, this tent, it seems pretty good quality. I'd say it might have took us maybe 3 hours to put it together total. We did kind of mount it to some blocks to keep it from blowing away. And then it took us a couple hours to do the fans, the electrical, all of this. But we'll get it cleaned up tomorrow and we'll come back. We're on day 2, and here's where we are now. So I got the exhaust fan built. Got a nice tarp in here. I already had my intake fan done last night. You can see it up there. That's where it blows out. And then I'll eventually just feed this out the back, try to seal up some of that. And that'll be outside just sucking in clean air. My exhaust fan will be pulling out the rest of the air. So that about wraps up this project. We're gonna move on to our next project. It's on the same vehicle. That's pretty much the one we're gonna be working on this week with most of my videos, the 69 Camaro. The carburetor me and a buddy just built, it actually is leaking a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and swap that out with the Pro Racing System custom built carburetor. It's a really nice one and it's supposed to add a little bit more power. So my next video will be me changing the carburetor in that Camaro, and then we'll get back to getting in this paint booth. See ya.